uh, is social media, YouTube, that kind of thing. So you've got, anybody um, now can be a somebody. And I think I think that one show that Jermaine Dupri had, the rap game or whatever, they got a lot of their people based on who was hot on YouTube and who had the largest amount of followers, and he would pull them on the show.
That's true.
And they would rap through. So that that makes a difference too. Where you've got where we used to have a lot of nobodies that came out of nowhere. Now you got anybody from everywhere that can come up and just say, "Hey, I can do this too." Did you hear that, Chief? They can hit a hot 16. 16 bars, Chief. You know
That's right. Yes, I do.
16. I need my hot 16. Period.
I just wanted to know. I didn't want us to go over Chief's head. Chief didn't know. He threw a hot 16.
He's
he
like,
talking
what?
about a gun or something.
Well, but I have to say, I enjoy listening to the music.
I do too. I get
really
ratchet. I get loose. Me.
I don't know about all that.
Me and my girls, because sometimes I think, especially with all this male-dominated rap energy, sometimes it's just fun. It's just fun to have some of that same not hardcore, I wouldn't say, but some of that same ratchet energy for women. Sometimes it's fun to listen to stuff like that. Shoot. But I think it becomes a problem when that's an industry standard. I think we need to do better in making, that shouldn't be the expectation when you hear a female MC. They don't even call them MCs anymore. Because what are you really talking about? What message are you really spreading?
Right.
And that's what I miss.
What are you mastering?
Right. So
I don't know. Because I don't know. I'm always toying with the fact that, on the one hand, we say, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? So is it this ratchetness really selling because it's selling, or does it sell because it's covered?
Because we keep making it.
Yeah, because right. I mean, if we didn't cover it, if people didn't, look, put it out, makes that decision. When does that happen? Does it come from the people? Does it come from the bottom up, or does it come from the industry down? Does the industry say, you know what, we're only going to put these kind of artists on? So anybody comes to you with any, deep thinking, conscientious rap, we don't want no more Tribe. We don't want no more of that kind of stuff. We want hot ratchet mess. 16 hot ratchet hot ass bars. Mess. Because most of it is some of them not even saying full words, male or female. They sound like James Brown in the beginning, before he starts singing the stuff that we still can't understand. I don't know. I mean, but I have to say the beats still move you. You're still moved by the beat, and at the end of the day, isn't that what music, is supposed to do? Make you dance, make you move, make you feel good, remind you of a time and space,
Well,
do you remember that? Can you hear that stuff in the grocery store 20 years from now? That music of Migos?
Oh, Lord.
While you in the milk aisle trying to get this stuff.
Lord.
Bad and bougie. Bad and bougie.
Right. We playing that at the cookout, talking about, y'all don't know nothing about this.
Yeah, instrumental version of some Migos stuff. And you can hear somebody go,
and Phil wants to know, how do you put the genie back in the bottle?
I don't know. That was my point. How do you do it? I don't know. Does it just play itself out? Ambezi, you're in the world. Do you see it just kind of playing itself out? Is it like a cycle? Do we go through that? Because I guess we did back in the day. There was a period of time where it was rap and everybody was just talking about, when they first came out, they were just saying crazy stuff like hip hop or hippie to the hip. What the hell is that? Nobody knows. But it just felt good. It was new. It sounded different. And it was really kind of like people kind of talking about themselves and ramping themselves up. And then you got into the little beefs Then it shifted to gangster rap. Once it got out to the left coast, then it was about shooting everybody and killing somebody. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. And then it kind of took another shift where you had the Public Enemies and the conscientious rap and all of that kind of stuff. And then now here we are at then it was kind of this hybrid. The dudes would rap and then they would sing. They would do kind of both. And now you're at this, I don't know what you call this, trap. You got the trap stuff going down.
I call it mumble rap.
Mumble.
Well,
that's good.
Mumble.
That's good.
Right. Whooping the year. Hey. Skirt.
We're just gonna call it mumbles.
Mumbles.
So,
period.
Well, here, let me play devil's advocate for a minute.
Go ahead.
Because weren't people saying the same types of things when? Well, let's go back to Sugar Hill Gang and Houdini and Chuck D.
You don't even have to go back that far.
No, but what my point is that when they were coming out with what they were coming out with, saying the same thing. What in the hell is this? And where are the scruples? And why are they talking about, Negroes with attitudes and all this other kind of stuff? People couldn't understand that. And now here we are having that same discussion. But my point is, what do you think made Jermaine Dupri feel that at that point in time he had to make that statement?
Because it's complete and utter nonsense now. I mean, I don't know. I feel like even when Sugar Hill Gang and that kind of rap came out, they were still talking about something. Now, they might have started it with a hip-hop, hip-hop, you don't stop, pop, rock, the bang, bang. They might have started it with that, but eventually it was a story. Now, what you hear is not, it was a clear, concise story. When NWA came out, yes, it was gangster rap, and it was a little hard, but it was still a story. They were still saying something. They were talking about how the police were messing with them. They were saying cruising down the street in my 6'4". It was a story. Now it's nonsense. It's just we in the whip, yeah. We finna rob, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You get so tired of various versions of the same song. Everybody's doing the same thing. It's auto-tune, a drum machine, and some weak bars. It's not even bars. They just kind of do ad-libs, whoo, and then they just kind of say whatever. And I think that Jermaine Dupri and Diddy and all these people who have been in the game for a long time through the real artists, Jermaine Dupri had his hand in some real music that lasted. Diddy had his hand in some real music that lasted. Coming up through the industry, they probably recognized all right, this is getting a little out of hand. People are doing this stuff for clout. This is not real music. Let's get everybody back on track. And I think everybody's thinking it, but nobody's doing it. So but another thing that you have to consider is some of these women are just playing the game. And when we get back from the break, I'm going to tell you an exact example of a female rapper who is super popular right now who literally is just playing the game.
This will be interesting.
Real talk, straight, no chaser. We'll be right back.
What do you see out there? Trees. Have a good day. What was your favorite part of today?
What are you doing? I guess I'm a... Hey.
Are you drunk?
No, I had a couple, but I'm fine.
My family is in there.
Hey, look,
You've killed us. What have you done?
Look, I'm really...
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school, I learned that I'm ugly and useless. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. In history, I learned that I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends. In English, I learned that I make people sick. And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me.
In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. And in math, I learned that I'm trash.
The only thing I didn't learn in school today...
The only thing I didn't learn today...
The only thing I didn't learn...
is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. I'm so sorry.
Let's get back to your girl Aunt BZ, Finbad, and the Chief.
Pivot, and PZ, your chief in here with me. You know
Hey.
we were chilling like Bobby, you with me. We do it, the hip me, the hit me, the victim no chaser, and then you should give me that.
Hey.
You put a beat on this. We got something right here. Hold on, Chief. You put a beat on that. We could do
Put some auto-tune on that thing.
We talking about some RAP in the place to be. See, like I used to do back in the day. Place to be was always in there, right? G and the MIC, not anymore. Man, they talking all kind of crazy stuff out here. Man, if you're just joining us, we are talking about the rap game, and BZ is back.